Hey now, everybody. Welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news from DDO and, of course, the world of the tabletop and beyond. I am your host, Drac. I am joined this week by the one and the only Rent and Lessah is back.
Howdy, howdy.
And also, we have another special guest. I was going to introduce her as my former 7 Days to Die post-apocalyptic life partner, but something happened last night, and it was like old times again. It's Lessah.
Is the band back together?
I think we might be. It may be. I'm not sure what happened last night.
I know. Well, usually I hook up, so to speak, with the first person that I find who's a survivor. So, and the first person I saw was Rent and Lessah. Rent and Lessah hates it whenever I follow him around. So, of course, I want to follow him around ad nauseum. But something happened, and Mythery was suddenly with Rent, and I was suddenly with you.
I know.
I don't know.
It was weird.
A lot of 7 Days to Die partner swapping.
I know, right?
Very strange.
It was weird.
The keys roll in a bowl.
Oh, that is amazing. All right, let's get away from that because I don't know how to even handle that.
It's getting awkward.
Super awkward in here. All right, let's go to the game news. We did have an update to DDO. It is update 49, the Peril of the Planar Eyes. It is update 49. Came out on Wednesday, and then the servers melted and blew up, and then the game was down for a day, and then it came back.
And there was much rejoicing.
We're not going to talk about this a lot because we have talked about this ad nauseum at this point. We did like a 2.5 hour podcast on this whole update when it was on the Mania, so you can go back a couple episodes to find out the whole issue with the game changes that they did for performance and bows and all of that. We do get a new adventure pack in this pack though. It's free to VIPs and also available in the DDO store. It's called Peril of the Planar Eyes. 4 adventures are in this, level 12 on Heroic, 32 on Legendary, an element of chaos, I Know Who Done It, Seizing the Dawn, and Beautiful Nightmares are the name of the 4 quests that you will get. All of these quests can be accessed from Lord's March Plaza, located in Stormreach. As I said, we're not going to go into this, but there are bow changes. There is double strike, double shot changes. We talked about those a couple of weeks ago, so jump back to that podcast if you want to in-depth talk about that. They also adjusted some attack animation speeds. Once again, mini shot, all of that. We talked about that. Cleric SLAs and actives can now be used while moving, and that is one little note that is nice. The fixed an issue that would cause bear and wolf form to throw extra attack hooks with many active attacks. Also fixed an issue that caused momentum swing to hit more than it should. That skill's animation has been changed. That kind of goes along with all the animation changes that they did. And they also fixed an issue that caused Holy Retribution to hit more times than it should. And the skill's animation has also been changed. They did fix a couple of spots in some quests that had some stuck spots, mainly in Blown Deadline. That has now been fixed. You can break the root wall in the Combating Corruption quest with range attacks. You're also going to get an arrow message now that displays when a player attempts to summon a mount in a quest, because you're not supposed to be able to do that. And then I think we talked about this when we were talking about this on the Mania, but the best thing to come out of this besides the new quest are in the grotto. So if you actually run the grotto, but then again, who runs the grotto anymore? Jeets will now offer you a longbow as a weapon of choice. And then at the end of the grotto quest line, Salimus will also offer you a longbow as a weapon after you complete the grotto.
It's only been 10 years.
Exactly.
Finally.
Exactly. It's like, what the hell? Why couldn't we get a longbow before? Anyway, so 2 of the best patch notes right there in apparently all of our opinions. So you can check out the links in the show notes for the whole list of this. And like I said, go back a couple episodes. It was the crossover episode we did with DDO Cast, where we talked in depth about the changes that they made to the animation mini shot, all the ranger changes, bow changes, all of the changes they did. We talked about it there. We are not going to talk about that again. And I'm sure you can probably listen to DDO Cast. They will probably talk about it more in depth over on DDO Cast as well. So there you go. But that's it. Update 49's out. And apparently, from what I haven't been in game yet, but I guess the servers are better now. Because like I said, after this came out, servers melted, basically. So,
yeah, I haven't attempted since everybody was having such a hard time. I figured I'd let everything settle down, and then I'll get back on and see how it went. But I haven't been on since.
And to be honest, usually after updates, I usually do that. I usually don't go on right away anyway. I usually wait a couple days, just to let the dust settle, as it were. So, but available now. Once again, those quests that we did talk about, they are free to VIPs. Available in the DDO store. Level 12 heroic, 32. Legendary. And that is pretty much our game news. So we will jump into on the tabletop. And this is kind of why Lessah and Rent are here. We have more Gen Con news. Woo-hoo. We have some big Gen Con news, actually. Over on the Gen Con blog, they posted up a blog post to share a little bit more about how in the hell they are going to actually have Gen Con 2021 happen. Okay, let's get into this. David Hope, the president of Gen Con, like I said, over on the Gen Con blog, did post a pretty much detailed letter on what their plans are so far. He starts out with the key detail to keep in mind as you read anything you're going to read ahead. They're planning for something that is months ahead, with the reality of our world changing on a daily basis. So the guidance for these plans comes from a combination of the county, state, and federal guidelines. Both where things currently stand and where they may be in a few months' time. These plans can change and probably will change. So just keep watching our site. We'll talk about it over on the Gen Con blog. They'll talk about it too. Because just remember, anything we talk about now, tentative. The president of Gen Con, David Hope, does say what we know so far is vaccines are rolling out now at an unprecedented rate. All of their full-time, year-round staff of Gen Con is almost fully vaccinated, and they do encourage everyone to get vaccinated as soon as possible. The state of Indiana, which, of course, if you did not know, is where Gen Con is held. It's held in Indianapolis every year. The state of Indiana is rolling out vaccines on par with the rest of the country. Every Indiana resident that is 16 or older is now eligible to get vaccinated. And he does believe every attendee who wants to arrive at Gen Con fully vaccinated will have the ability to do so by the time Gen Con gets here. The Indiana Convention Center, which hosts the majority of all the Gen Con events, has added $7 million in safety upgrades. They have instituted new protocols for cleaning and sanitization. They installed new hospital-grade air filtration, and they are currently enforcing one-way traffic lanes in all hallways and common areas. In addition, currently a mask requirement is in place for all indoor spaces. Another thing that's going to be a little different about Gen Con, they're probably not going to be able to use Lucas Oil Stadium this year since they have moved to September. That is going to interfere with football. So that is going to shrink the current footprint of Gen Con, which is going to make it look a little different. So what they are planning as of this blog post is this was put out on Friday. So what was Friday's date? The 22nd. No, 23rd. So Friday the 23rd, April the 23rd, this is what Gen Con is planning as of that date. Once again, everything's subject to change. They are planning for an attendance cap of 30,000 to 40,000.
That's crazy. So that is the cap, which is, for those who haven't been to Gen Con,
It's roughly
that's
half. Yeah, they've cut it in
roughly
half.
Yeah, because I looked it up to see in 2019, which was the actual last Gen Con, they had nearly 70,000 people. It was just under 70,000 was the attendees for there. So yeah, so roughly half of that will be there, which is crazy to me.
The other thing that really struck me was the timed entry to the vendor hall. Could you imagine?
Yes, I was just about ready to talk about that.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. They are also planning a timed entry and other crowd control measures for the exhibit hall, which is typically the most crowded area in Gen Con. They are working closely with their exhibiting partners on ways to avoid crowds, and this is going to include a no first come, no first served exclusives. There'll be no running, which they always have enforced anyway. No crowding or no excessive lines are going to be tolerated whatsoever. So I'm not sure how the exhibit hall is going to work.
Well, and I don't know, Drac. Have you, when the exhibit hall opens, or were you part of the crowd that kind of waits there for the opening bell, or
yes, I usually always film that for the site. I usually am not down in the sea of humanity, but yeah, it's freaking insane.
It is. That sea of humanity. I mean, never, ever in my life do I see that many people in that little bit of a space, all just kind of like,
Yeah,
ready to
it's
go.
like, I mean, there's, God, how many, trying to think, the exhibit hall itself, how many people do you think on average are in there at a time?
Oh, I can't even imagine, because that exhibit hall is monstrous.
Yeah,
it is
it's huge. It's
massive.
Oh, God,
And it's still wall to wall when you're in there.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like there are times where you are smashed up. There's somebody in front of you, somebody behind you. You can't move. You're just standing there waiting for somebody to take a step so you can take a step and turn down another aisle to get away from the big crowd. But then there's another crowd down that other aisle. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. So timed entry. So I don't know. Does that mean they're going to it's going to be like a lottery system almost? So it's like if you have numbers, 1 through 1,000, you can get in at these times. And then 1,001 to whatever can get in at these times. Is that what they mean by timed entry, I wonder?
I don't know. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. How do you? Who
Maybe you have a
determines who goes
time
first?
slot listed on your badge, but won't that interfere with some of the games that you have scheduled?
That's another thing. Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
I didn't expect you to be negative about this, Drac.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like,
where's the joy?
I'm big negative Nancy here on a lot of this stuff, but
I don't think this is going to work. They're going to have a good time trying to police people. Look at the last 2 spring breaks in any state.
Yeah.
There was absolutely nothing anywhere. You can't stop people from having fun. And this is a place where people have a lot of fun.
But
granted,
then
they're
again,
gamers, and they're a lot better at following rules because it's more like, oh, hey, this is a game. Let's wear a mask. There's going to be people who are going the wrong way on the one-way lane. There's
the whole one-way lane.
When they want to go into the exhibit hall. There's going to be people who are not going to want to wear a mask. So the people who are working the convention are going to spend all their time policing people, and they're going to have a lot of fun failing at it in the end. I don't think it's going to work.
I agree. God bless Gen Con for trying this, but
yeah, no, it's good. Good try.
God bless them. Good, you gave it the old college try, but
I
will
will not want to be one of the 40,000 in attendance this time. I don't want to go to your super spreader.
Yeah,
not this time. I'll go next year.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. I think they here now. I'm going to be positive here. I think they can pull it off. Now, hear me out, right? We're looking at least 6 months away, right? We're looking at 6 months away, and about a little more than a quarter of the general population has been vaccinated. That's a little more than a quarter, and they just started opening it up to everyone over 16. So in 6 months, you would hope that anybody who has any intention of being in a convention would want to get a vaccine. And if they don't want to get a vaccine, which is entirely up to them, then it's on them. You know what I mean? I feel like, there's some natural selection that should be at play. And if
There's
you
some
choose not,
Darwinism.
Right.
You want Darwinism in the convention
Absolutely.
hall?
I mean,
it's the Hunger Games. It's
There's gonna be babies. There's gonna be older people. There's gonna be people in wheelchairs with walkers. Come on, the average gamer is a big old boy.
But they
don't need to get
generally-
sick.
No, they don't. But that's what I'm saying, though, is for the most part, people who are going to go to the convention are going to want to be vaccinated, and they're going to have the opportunity. I think in the next 6 months, I honestly can't see somebody who wants to get a vaccine not being able to get one in 6 months.
And
It's true.
think that's
But there
what they're
are people
counting
who are
on, too.
adamant right now who are mistrustful of the system, who
Oh,
don't
certainly.
want to get a vaccine.
Sure.
Who
And
aren't
again-
going to do it, and they're going to go to the convention anyway
Sure.
because they still want to have a good time.
And if they get ill,
Then
again,
they get ill.
they get ill. It's on them. And Concrete is a thing.
I was going to say, you know how bad Concrete is. Can you imagine, like, this
Concrete plus
Concrete with COVID? Hell no. Hell no.
I don't think it's going to work great, but good for them.
Good
that
for
they're
them for
doing
trying.
it.
Another
Try.
big, huge difference. If you've ever been to Gen Con, you can go into that convention center 24 hours and there's stuff going on. There's always stuff going on. Not this year. They are closing the convention center each night for cleaning and disinfectant protocols. So no 24-hour gaming, and they will be clearing each of the halls each night to facilitate that work.
And that right there is why I'm not going to Gen Con this year, because I am a night gamer.
Same.
I don't sleep when I go to Gen Con. I schedule myself maybe a block of 4 hours for some shut-eye. But I mean, the whole gaming experience, I want to squeeze every drop of gaming out of those 4 days that I humanly can. And to be like, nighttime, no gaming. I can't see myself going to the convention
It's
to just
so weird.
Yeah.
Just
no, I mean,
weird.
wandering the halls of the convention center at 2 a.m. is my jam. And ask Lessah.
Which is how we met.
Which is exactly how we met. Which is proof positive of our
Because I was also in the convention center at 2 a.m.
Exactly.
Oh my
So
god.
so I don't know. It's so weird.
It is.
That is one thing they have said explicitly they are going to enforce as well. Because the ICC is going to do like a deep disinfecting clean overnight. So I don't know, like
That's a great idea.
I mean, I don't know if it's like, at 12 a.m. it's going to close. They didn't say like when it was going to close, but anyway, so yeah, that's
That
weird.
sucks because Werewolf in the Hallway at that time
Is life.
It's so good.
And then
Bring out your dead.
exactly. To go along with that, they are going to spread the game tables apart more than usual, and they are going to provide a more open gaming opportunities, so you can make the choices on how close you want to play with other attendees. So you're going to have your choices with that. Then they do reiterate that masks are currently required in the convention center and all surrounding hotels. They do plan at this point to require masks at all times of Gen Con unless the conditions do change dramatically. The city is committed to ensuring the mask mandate is enforced. So that means you will have to wear your mask in the convention center. You will have to wear your mask in your hotel. Of course, when you get to your room, you can take it off. But if you're in the lobbies, the elevators, you have to wear your mask. If you go out to eat, restaurants, you will have to wear your mask.
This year will be the banner year for mask-based cosplay.
My guess right now, a shit ton of Mortal Kombat cosplay this year.
Yes.
Just thinking that. Get out of my head.
There's going to be a lot of Sub-Zeros walking around Gen Con this year. Just saying.
Oh, you could do Tokyo Ghoul as well.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see, you
Good one.
could. See?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes. Mass-based cosplay through the roof. God, you heard it here first.
That's right.
We called it.
Yeah.
We called so if it happens, we'll be like, we're geniuses. Gen Con is also planning on providing dedicated areas, including some outdoor areas for eating where masks will not be required. They're planning on expanding the footprint of the Gen Con block party, which already took up like 5-6 blocks. It seemed like that area was huge. They are going to
food trucks are?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to expand the footprint of that area, so that's going to allow more room for everybody to enjoy the food and drink available there and the food truck vendors, and you'll have room to spread out, and you won't have to wear a mask because you'll be outside, so there's that.
And here's the thing. I mean, Emerald City Comic Con is happening. New York City Comic Con is happening. All the cons are scheduled. All of the cons are, kind of ramping down their attendance and they're kind of putting things in place. But none of the big names have canceled this year. They're going forward.
Right. So far, nobody has canceled.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. I mean, at some point, we're going to have to try to become normal again. And nobody wants to be the first to be normal, but at some point, there's going to be a tipping point where normalcy will come back. But, I think this is a good try. 6 months from now, masks, half the pop.
It'll be a good test of the
It'll
system.
be a good test.
It's going to be a very big test because I don't know. I haven't looked. I should have looked to see like other conventions that have announced that they are actually going to take place this year, what their attendance caps are going to be. I still think Gen Con is going to be the largest convention that is still going to take place. Even at the cap of 30 or 40,000, whichever it may be, that's still a lot of people.
Yeah. So, and again, I would go, but the being closed at night kind of bugs me. And the fact that Gen Con attendees generally don't wash their hands. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
They don't shower. You'd be very lucky if they shower once a day. And they definitely don't wash their hands, especially when they go to the bathroom. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So he did go on to say that there are some things that are uncertain. The biggest uncertainty right now, and we did kind of talk about this a couple weeks ago on the show, the proof of vaccination requirements, also known as the vaccine passport.
The old vaccine passport.
Mm-hmm.
It is
about it.
Unclear at this time whether any type of proof of vaccination will be commonly required in large-scale events. So they don't know. That's going to be something that changes over time. As of this point, they just don't know. So they're not saying yes. They're not saying no. They're saying it doesn't. We don't know. It's up in the air.
Yeah. I mean, if you do the vaccine passport, I like it. If not, you could always Silkwood it on your way in. Silkwood reference.
Okay. I know the reference. I'm just trying to think how you're saying the reference.
Just get hosed down.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's what I thought you were talking about. I'm like,
chamber.
Yeah, decon chamber.
Everybody has to walk through a decon chamber.
Like we have to walk through the UV chamber.
Right, exactly.
And then they are building in extra room for attendees on a per capita basis, but it's unknown at this time whether there will be strict social distancing restrictions in place that could impact gameplay and other Gen Con activities. Again, it's fluid. Everything is changing. Stay tuned. So there you have it.
I hope it works, and then next year I'll be excited about going back and doing the things that I love to do. Rent and I were talking yesterday about playing Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably one of the most fun tabletop sessions I've ever had at a Gen Con.
I will promise you right now, I am going to FaceTime you both and say, this is so freaking weird. This is like bizarre time. I'm like, look at this.
I want you to go, Drac. I'm worried about you.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is weird, man. This whole thing is weird. So,
Just remember that the vaccine isn't 100% effective. I do know somebody that took the vaccine and still got COVID later. So, just,
God, I know.
it didn't kill him. So, there's that. It won't kill you, but still.
And then another thing I have questions on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're capping the attendance. Are they going to cap how many vendors they're going to have?
Oh,
And exhibitors?
I imagine they've already had vendors that have declined.
I would assume your really small companies, you know, the ones that they usually stick in the very, very back of the con center that usually nobody ever gets that far back. Those people probably are not going to be there, I would think. The small guys aren't going to be there, but
might be there, you're fine. You know what I mean?
In the exhibit hall, like you can't miss Fantasy Flight Games, you can't miss Paizo. Those are two of the biggies. So, and those booths are the two biggest. Line up here to get whatever exclusive crap that we have for that day. So, I don't know. Oh my God, I don't know.
What I'm hearing is
I have so many questions.
This is basically going to squeeze out the little guy, and the big business guys are still going to win, which sucks.
I kind of think that's what it's gonna be.
Because the little guy makes the experience worthwhile.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
part of that
Right. Because I found so many cool games just by just seeing these little booths and then going up and talk to the guys, and then it's like, this game is amazing.
Yes, and you can talk to the guy who invented the thing.
Right. Exactly.
And my daughter, Zoe, did this, and this was with Tyrannos was there that year as well. They went and played this game called Endangered Orphans, and the guy that invented the game, that designed the game, was there talking to them. Not only did they both walk away with a copy of the game, but he autographed it for them.
So cool.
And he talked to them for a long time.
See,
but like that is the kind of experience that you walk away with forever.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then I
get that.
Don't think the little guys are going to be there. Right.
You're just not.
Right. So I don't know. And then another thing Gen Con kind of clarified is, if you remember when they canceled last year, they said anybody that had a badge can roll that badge over into this year. So anybody that chose to do that, they are counted in on the cap already. So that means, in theory, if there was 30,000 people that decided to keep their badges,
it's already sold out.
It's already sold out.
Yeah.
Because they did clarify those people count. That is, they are counted into that number. But they wouldn't say how many people. So I'm assuming it's not at the cap yet. I'm assuming there will be still badges for sale. But in theory, we could have Gen Con sold out already, and they haven't even put badges up for sale.
Yeah,
it's just people that rolled over. Right.
Dang.
So that's another whole uncertain question mark. Because that's, I don't know how many. I sent official press question to them, and I asked them if they could give a number or give a close number, and all I got was a no comment. So, but I did get the clarification. Those people do count in on whatever 30,000, 40,000, whatever.
Hey, the housing lottery, you might win this time.
Exactly. There you go. Lottery just got easier. So yeah, there's just so much uncertainty about it.
So when you do your GoFundMe or your Kickstarter or whatever to help you fund your Gen Con trip, I think you should include as a reward for your sponsors, when you're walking around doing a little live stream, to shout out to them. Hey, you get a shout out for sponsoring me.
There you go. That's right. And hope I don't die while I'm here. But thank you for sending me. And don't die. That's right. My goal this year is not to die. That is the goal of Gen Con this year. Oh my God.
Gen Con is a permadeath event.
That is so wrong.
Oh my God.
So, but you guys definitely are
hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore version.
Hardcore League Gen Con. But so you guys definitely are not going this year. You are out this year.
No, I'm
I'm
out.
out.
Okay.
I'm out.
Okay. I thought so because we had kind of like previously talked about that. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I totally want to, but not being able to game at night, and
Yeah.
that's the weirdest part.
yeah, I want the freedom of like just running around and being just. Gen Con is when I cut
It's
my
an
kite string.
adult playground.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it, actually. Right there, an adult playground. That is, I like it. That is exactly what it is.
Yep.
So, as I said, stay tuned. This is fluid. It's changing. So, next week they could have different rules, different. So it just depends. And of course, it depends on COVID too. So, if we see a big, huge spike, we might not even have Gen Con. So it just really depends. I think the key point I took out of this is if you want to go to Gen Con, if you're planning on attending Gen Con, get yourself vaccinated, at least give yourself a shot and give other people there a shot by getting vaccinated. It's basically all we can do at this point with this whole stupid COVID thing. So by that time, I will be fully vaccinated. I already have my first shot. I'm getting my second in like 2 weeks. So I will.
Are you receiving the 5G through your head yet, or no?
Not yet. That I'm waiting for that to happen. But I think my tracking device has activated already. But I'm not quite sure on that either yet. Wow, there are people that are really going to hate that comment right there. But that's fine. It's fine. Drac at DDOplayers.com for any hate mail. I can take it. That's fine. So, is there anything else you guys want to say about Gen Con other than it's going to be freaking weird?
It's going to be a little bit weird, but good luck to you. Don't die.
We want daily updates.
Gotcha.
We're going to tune in.
Yeah.
I will.
Daily
Yes.
updates just to know you're still alive.
I will try to live stream a couple times. I will probably FaceTime you guys. I promise I will FaceTime you though and just say I'm not dead yet and this is weird. So.
I'll throw some extra Patreon money in there if you roll a tumbleweed through the vendor.
ooh, that would be. Oh my god! Oh, I'm writing that down right now. Tumbleweed in the vendor. Oh, gotcha. All right, I have a plan now. All right, let's talk about Lessah because.
Oh dang! Okay.
Lessah likes to talk about herself, right? That's the thing. That's the thing with you. Okay.
True doesn't mean you have to throw it in my face.
No. The thing about you is you don't self-promote enough, girl. You got to self-promote.
I don't.
Because you put out some amazing freaking content. And you put out a lot of content for many games.
And then I don't bother to tweet about it. I don't bother to talk about it.
Self-promotion.
Shut up and take my views.
The worst.
That's right, because we're going to talk about your Minecraft videos here that you're doing right now. Your view count on those videos is criminal. Why is it so low? Why?
Oh, it's criminal because it's low.
It's criminal because it's low.
I didn't think there were that many people watching it.
It's sad to me there's not that many people watching it. So yeah.
Can I tell this story to you?
Yes, please do. It's just us here and Rent. Come on.
Yeah, it's just us and Rent and all of your listeners. Hopefully nobody that I work with is going to listen to the show because then I might get in trouble. Because there's a point in my work night, because I work nights, that I am afforded just a little teensy weensy tiny bit of time to peruse the internet, on my breaks, of course. It's authorized.
As a security guard at the garage.
Exactly. So one night I stumbled across one of Pine Leaf's Minecraft hardcore videos, and I watched it. And it was from, I believe it was from February. I think that's when I started watching him, and then I ended up watching another, and then I ended up watching another, and I pretty much ended up following him. And then the next month, when he started the new challenge, I ended up following him and commenting. I started commenting on his videos. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing? You should be doing this," or "Hey, you're doing a good job with this," or "What are you going to do next?" And I knew it was only a matter of time before I was going to try this myself because it just looked like too much fun, and I wanted to play with my daughter because this was the way that we connected when she was really young. And
through Minecraft itself?
Yeah, through Minecraft.
Okay.
And this next month, my daughter is going to graduate bachelor's degree from the University of Texas.
Hook 'em horns.
Yeah. So, and that's going to be May 16th or something like that. She's going to be graduating. But I asked her to do this hardcore challenge with me for the month of April, and she was all for it. And it has been a freaking blast. It's a laugh a minute. If you have not seen it, please go to my YouTube channel. Just search Lessah. Look at the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge for April. We have 7 episodes out. There are 2 more coming, and I'm telling you, no spoilers, but the last 2 episodes are the episodes to watch. They are so amazing. Like, just, it's chaos, it's entropy, and it's joy. Joy.
I have it linked in the show notes, so you can just click on the show notes in the Lessah section.
Next episode, the one that's coming out tomorrow, because Sunday, because I release Sundays and Thursdays.
Okay.
The one that's coming out tomorrow, you do not want to miss. It is so good. It's so good. It's just, you're just going to watch it and you're going to go, why did they just do that? Oh my God. Why did they just do that? Oh my God. I can't stop. I can't look away. It's going to be like,
I'm already like that. I'm invested. I'm telling you, I am invested into this series, and I don't even play Minecraft. And I'm like, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah. And you don't even have to really, like, even if you just listen, even if you just have it on another screen and you're just listening while you're doing something else, you can look over when we start screaming or laughing.
Yeah. And the sass that she gives you.
The sass is so real.
is amazing. And it's like, I can't believe she just said that. And then it's like, and then she says something like way worse than what she said just a second ago. And I'm like, damn, girl. Yeah.
She's like, really?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. But seriously, do yourself a favor. Go into the show notes. I linked the playlist for the Minecraft hardcore series they're doing. Just watch it. And do you kind of want to explain for like people that don't know what the Minecraft hardcore thing is, what it is?
Oh, they have a challenge. It's like a monthly thing. So you are allowed basically, for example, there are 9 episodes in the month of April. So twice a week, we put out a 20-minute episode for that what's going to be that series. And you have challenges. And you only have 9 episodes to get that done. And those 9 episodes are only 20 minutes long. Episodes go from sunup to sunup. When you die, you're dead. Everybody's playing the same game. Everybody's playing the same map. But everybody seems to be doing something different. I've watched as many of the other people's videos as I can, just to kind of, get ideas, help them get views. It doesn't matter. Take any of their ideas. We went our own way, our own incredibly violent and chaotic way.
Yes. So
it's so much fun. I'm having a blast.
I am enjoying them to no end watching them. They are so fun to watch. And you guys are so much fun together too.
Yeah, my daughter's already talking about doing something else for the month of May. Like if she wants to wait and see what the hardcore challenge is for May and then decide whether or not she's interested in doing it. I didn't think she'd want to do it because she's graduating from freaking college. I didn't think she'd have time, but that's just not even on her radar. She's just like, well, let's do it.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That is so awesome.
Oh, Drac, you're gonna have to play Minecraft.
That reminds me.
We might.
If my daughter had refused to play Minecraft with me for the hardcore challenge in the month of May, I was going to see if Pine Leaf wanted a partner.
I bet he might. I might facilitate that. And actually, Lessah and I were talking about something else that we might do as well.
A nice Minecraft crossover between the DDO players news and the damsels. I think that would be really fun. I have a realm set up right now. It's called Child Labor.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get a child on there, so I invited Rent's daughter.
That's awesome.
It's in a flower forest.
Might be coming soon, but I might be able to facilitate the Pine Leaf Lessah crossover as well. So we'll see.
Oh, that crossover would be amazing.
That would be great. I want to do it, but I have to give my daughter first dibs. You understand?
Right. No, I get it. I get it totally. So, as if your Minecraft videos aren't enough, you're also doing another amazing series with 7 Days to Die.
With damsels, yeah.
And with the damsels, Saba
too.
and Myth, yeah. It's your POV.
Yes. And this is on the damsels YouTube channel. So you have to search the damsels game and all one word because I am an idiot and don't know how to make YouTube channels. So there you go. But if you do the damsels game all one word, it'll come right up and it won't be.
I've also linked that too, so it's easy to find too.
And that's our POV series. That's where me, Myth, and Saba all play the same 7 Days to Die gaming session, but you get very different things when you look at my point of view versus Mythery's point of view versus Saba Jade's point of view. Mythery's point of view, I have to say, is my favorite because she's just so innocent. And everything that she does really comes from a place of innocence. She's from her intro where she's like, hey, this is 7 Days to Die, and everything is sort of, sorry, my dog being walked. Everything with her is sort of, kind of slowed down and jazzy and just kind of do, just walking in the park and nothing ever phases her. And then you go to my point of view, which is quite different. Chaos. Chaos. Violence.
That's pretty much sums it up, yeah. Chaos and violence. That's
Chaos
pretty much
violence.
what it is.
I do have a very vanilla series on my YouTube channel, on Lessah's YouTube channel, that I wrapped up a whole season. I did 25 episodes of what I'm calling season 1. And then I'd like to do a season 2. But
I was going to ask if there was going to be a season 2 of that.
There is going to be a season 2 of Very Vanilla, but I'm waiting.
Excellent.
To see if my daughter wants to do another Minecraft Hardcore Challenge. I actually took a break from that so that I could concentrate on it.
Well, that makes sense because that would be a lot to try to do.
Yeah, and if she wants
to,
to make the magic happen again in May, then I will probably start recording, but I won't start putting up episodes not until I have several.
That's fair.
In the can, as it were.
That's fair.
Anyway,
I will link the Very Vanilla playlist as well too. I'll add that to the show notes and link that too, so everybody can just go to our show notes over at ddoplayers.com and you can get links to all these videos and watch them because they are amazing. So let's move into our week in gaming. Where I played 7 Days to Die this week.
Yes, you did.
We started a new server, and it is so much fun. We moved over to a new host where we tested it out. I talked about it a couple weeks ago, how we were testing it out, see how it was going to work.
Yeah.
And it seems to work pretty well for us, so we started a brand new world.
Giant.
Can we just talk about, and you guys knew this were coming, because I told you last night I was going to bitch about this on the podcast. Can we talk about where I spawned in?
In the water.
I spawn into this new world. It's like brand new world. It's the world is our oyster. We're gonna make this apocalypse. I'm in the middle of a freaking lake, underwater, in the middle of a giant lake where I have to swim for 5 minutes to get to the shore.
Inauspicious at best.
And I'm
at
like,
least you didn't drown.
Well,
right.
I about did a couple times. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die before we even start. And what am I going to die from? Drowning because they spawned me in a lake.
I love it.
Yeah, as much as I played 7 Days to Die, never spawned in a lake before.
That was very strange. It was a very strange spawn, and I spawned on a roof.
Yeah,
that's weird.
And somebody else spawned in like a really weird place too. I thought I don't remember who it was, but Mythery maybe. I don't remember. There was somebody else that spawned in a crazy place too. So there were some crazy spawns going on, but we actually found a house.
Yay! Rent found us a house.
Hey, Rent has an eye for real estate, so we have a nice little house.
Yeah.
So we're started to build that up. I think we're on like day 4-ish.
Yeah, we're right at the beginning of day 5, right at the end.
Okay, yeah. I guess I thought we were 4-ish, 5-ish.
So if we play again, we'll probably get to Horde, but that's just going to be finding a tall building and hoping for the best.
Exactly, because we are not prepared for Horde whatsoever.
So. I'm so prepared.
And I don't care because it's the first Horde and no one cares
exactly.
about
That's first Horde is whatever.
Not worried about
Did
it.
you see what's next to the house?
A giant rock. Exactly.
No, that's Rent's Rock. We need a sign.
We do.
Rent's Rock.
Making a note on that.
Is that the
sign for rock.
Center of your Tower of Power?
Exactly. Yes.
The Tower of Power right next door. And there's a field next door to the house, right adjacent.
I'll be outstanding in it.
We were thinking of building a Horde Night base there. We just need some good Horde Night base ideas, and we wanted to use Rent's idea that he came up with ages ago that we never did anything with. But I can't exactly remember what that was.
I was going to say, I don't know.
Yeah, the blender?
The spider. Oh, the blender. Yeah, I like
the blender. I do remember you talking about the blender idea. Yes.
Zombie blender.
Yes, so we'll see how that goes. So that's really about all I did. So Rent, what about you?
Well, I was with you in 7 Days to Die. Really enjoying that. Just so good.
It is. It's so much fun.
It really is, and I've actually been playing solo just to monkey around with it, but it's the communal group gaming that really kind of makes it a thing. So.
And the coolest thing I think about us playing this game is we all kind of have the same gaming mentality when we play 7 Days to Die, and it's so much fun because everybody is just having a blast.
Oh yeah.
It's just great.
We've been playing together for a long time, so we kind of mesh well.
Right. Yes. And we all have our lanes.
Yep, gonna say that everybody has their lanes. Like, okay.
Immediately gravitates towards the medic lane. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go straight for farmer because I know I want to make all the crazy cooking dishes. So.
And it's great. Wrench things.
Yeah. Rent is the one who builds all the toys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I am Wrench Capone.
Wrench Capone.
Wrench Capone.
So besides 7 Days to Die, I've been playing a lot of Civ 5. My daughter in college is playing Civ 5 with me between classes, and I just got my youngest daughter to break down and play Civ because I enticed her with the idea that you could destroy other civilizations. And
yeah, it's really important to teach the youth about dominance early.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was telling her about the different types of victories, and she's like, "No, domination.
There's only one. There's only one victory." I love this girl already.
Oh, that's right. You've never gamed with Lauren. Oh,
no,
she's a hoot.
Only Abby.
Only Abby. Oh, well, this should be interesting. So between Civ 5 and what else? Abby won her first game of Civ 5.
Nice.
And, I have the sneaking suspicion that Tay was in the wings coaching her. But...
Oh, no, you can't do things this way. He's awful.
He's a
Stop
terrible...
playing Civ 5 with him because he's a terrible human being.
Yes, and not only that, I think my daughter turned the world against me. Like near the end of the game, every country went to war with me out of the blue. She pulled an Alexander. That was a Tay move, and I'm like, wonder where she learned that.
The whole world wants to kill you.
And my own child turning the world against me is just never been prouder.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Never been proud.
You must be so proud.
Brought a little tear to your eye, even.
So proud. So. That was my week, essentially. Lessah, how about you? How was your week? Sure.
Yeah, oh my God. So it's no secret I loved Ark Survival Evolved. I have tons of Ark Survival Evolved videos on my YouTube channel. I raised 4 new birds this last week. And because we're the crazy bird ladies of Ark, we have to prove it. That's one of the ways that we prove it is we have a lot of birds. And we killed tons of beavers because we needed to steal their paste. We didn't need pelt, we just needed paste. And we found one of the last Easter-colored beavers, and we brought it home and adopted it. So now we have 2 colorful beavers to go and kill sharks with. Beavers are shockingly good at melee.
Okay.
Beavers.
Can you explain to me beaver paste?
Well, it's, you could say beaver butt paste, but you really just
okay. I was going to ask if it came out of a certain gland, but I didn't want to go that far. But okay,
Toothpick knows how they make it. I'm not asking questions. I just know that it goes in everything.
Gotcha.
So we did a bunch of it. So we built a motorboat.
Good.
So yeah, and then we traveled. We did a circle around the whole island.
Time out. You built a motor boat.
You heard me. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We're oil baronesses as well.
In the land of dinosaurs.
Yes. Yeah, we're rules. We're kings and queens. I mean, we're queens, not kings, right?
So let me see if I have this right. You have a beaver.
Yes.
You squeeze it tightly, and you get the paste out of it.
That's what I'm picturing this in my mind. Yes. That's
Right.
About how it's going.
You kind of you manipulate that into a motorboat.
With that.
Oh.
A lot of other stuff.
Okay.
A lot of other stuff. Like
nice.
Tons and tons and tons and tons of metal. Arc is getting to the point where it's kind of work. Where it's like, man, yesterday me and Mithra
were punch in.
We need an arc.
Mine from iron.
This is freaking work, man. This is all we're doing is gathering stuff so we can build these big things because we got big dreams. And the longer we stay online, the more in danger we are of random people just finding our server and logging in. Because this last session, when we were getting ready to log out, we walked out of our cave, because we live in a giant cave, and there was a house out there that we didn't...
Really?
Oh, that's super awkward.
So I had made a flamethrower. You can see where this is going. I'm like Charizard. I just want to watch the world burn.
Guessing
so I
what's
went out
next.
there with my flamethrower and I knocked on the guy's door. He wasn't home.
And now he has no home.
Now he has no home. Wow.
I really wasn't expecting anyone to find our server, but that's what happened. I don't know.
Weird.
All they had to do was say hello and introduce themselves. But instead, he built himself a house.
On your property.
Get off my lawn is what basically we did.
Exactly.
Now, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate. I want to build a house. I'm looking for some land. I'm not thinking some lady lives in the cave next to the land I choose. You can't blame the guy. He's building a house.
So you think we should announce our presence with authority and have a big sign on the outside or something?
Sure. Like, cave is dwelled in or something. Occupado.
Pedo.
Oh my.
Yeah, and then we went underwater with our new beavers and called it Lobster Fest because they're these sea scorpions. They look like lobsters to me, so we went and killed a bunch of them, and that was fun. And I don't know. I play so much Ark. It's embarrassing how much Ark I play, so I'm going to move on. I also gotten back into Subnautica Below Zero because they did a major update, and it's supposed to be the last one before they release the final game. On my game, it still says it's in early access, but you can't get it at the early access price anymore. You have to pay full price for it, I think. So it's a great game. If you haven't played the original Subnautica, you need to play that first because you're going to be getting probably, as much as you want. You can stretch it out as much as you want, 20 to 40 hours worth of really good gameplay. It's single player and it's cross-platform. You can do console, you can do PC. I don't know why you'd want to do console for anything, but there you have it. And it's a really fun, engaging game, but it is single player. Both of them are.
It is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous game.
The crafting system is so elegant, and I love it. I'm having a blast. But it's a survival horror game, so there's a lot of scary stuff that goes on. So just be prepared for that. And I built myself a nice base finally, and I painted it pink, and I called it Noob Central. So it's Noob Central written right on the side in really big letters. And that's my go-to game whenever I'm all by myself and I just want to be underwater, I guess. So,
now you're making me want to play Subnautica.
I know it's so good. Did you ever finish the first one? Did you ever finish?
No, I got to a certain point and I'm like, this cavern is very large and intimidating and there's large things.
You got scared. So what I'm hearing is that you got scared and you didn't finish. I finished that game 3 times. The first time I finished, and then I finished the second time in hardcore mode, and the third time I did it in hardcore mode, and I didn't leave the planet. because you're supposed to build a.
That's right. You're just like, you know what? I like
Say, isn't the point of the game to leave at the end?
Yeah, you have to leave, and it's a big epic scene when you get to leave too. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
That's what I thought.
But I didn't want to be charged for all the stuff that I used by Altera, and I was like, you know what? If you want your money, come get me. Here I am, not hiding. I built 4 spaceships. I'm choosing to stay. How do you like me now?
Amazing.
It's super amazing.
It was fun. So I haven't gotten all the way through the Below Zero storyline yet, but I'm slowly working my way through. And let's see. I played 7 Days to Die with you guys, and I played 7 Days to Die with Mithery and hopefully Saba Jade. That's going to be tonight. And I played Minecraft. I have, the hardcore league that we've finished filming for, and I have a realm called Child Labor, where I am in the middle of a flower forest, and I build my house to look exactly like a replica of an oven. Because
That's amazing.
I don't want to misrepresent myself to the children. It does say welcome children in the front.
I love it.
So when they go inside there, I want them to know that they're going to get cooked and eaten. So there you have it. That's it. That's my gaming.
It's
That's my
super
gaming.
amazing. We have currently 16 supporters over on our Patreon. If you would like to help support DDO players, you can simply go to our donations page over on the site. That is going to take you directly to our Patreon page where you can help support us. The money you donate is used for our podcasting hosting, website hosting, and to pay for the live shows that we normally host. This one was recorded, not live, but usually they're live. If you do want to donate without using Patreon every month, just send me an email, drac@ddoplayers.com, and we'll work something out. We didn't have any iTunes reviews this week. If you still use iTunes to get your podcast feed, go ahead and give us a review. You can even review us on other podcast hosts too. It just helps us get more visibility on whatever podcatcher that you use. The more reviews we get, the more we get pushed. So there you have that. No comments over on the site or our videos this week either. We didn't get any emails. Podcast@ddoplayers.com is the email if you'd like to email us. Also, over on Twitter, the Players Alliance, which is the network that hosts both of our podcasts, is at Players Ally at DDO Players. I am Draculator_72. Pineleaf, who is normally here with me, is at Pineleaf Needles. And Rent over on Twitter is Rent2Pwn. That's RENTTOPWN, correct?
I believe so, yes.
I think that's it. Lessah is over at Lessah. Also, twitch.tv, Damsel's Game, damsels@ddo.com, and then Lessah101 on YouTube, or is it just Lessah?
It's just Lessah.
Just Lessah, okay. So there you go. You can follow her, follow Rent, follow us, follow everybody. It's just everybody. All are welcome. We do have 2 live shows here on the Players Alliance Network, Wednesdays, normally at 7 p.m. Eastern. This here very show, DDO Players News. Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern is our sister show, Lotro Players News. Go over to our website, ddoplayers.com/live to join in on all the live fun. That's it for the show. Anything else you guys want to add before we log off?
No. Game on. Good luck at Gen Con.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for coming on. Always love it when both of you are on. Always a good time.
Pleasure.